Um, Jason Blunt,
What's going on?
when did you start producing?
I started producing in 2007. Yeah, that's right, 2007.
Okay. So what inspired you to start producing though?
Um, it's funny because actually I was in a rap group when I was in high school, and we used to go to, I think it was called Mirror Image back then, and we used to go there, and then before then we were recording ourselves in Big P's room in front of a computer mic about this big with a napkin over it, and so we were doing that, and I would take the music home because P wouldn't do any up or downs, no volumes, no nothing. I would take the program home, and I'd come back and be like, man, how did you do that? Like, man, all you do is click this button right here. So, and then when we would go to the studio, the engineers would just record it. There was no, bro, could you add this? Or, bro, would you do this for me? Or, could you do this? So eventually it got to the point where when we started doing it ourselves, I learned that, like, well, I can just do it myself and easier. So I can rap and I can just make our songs more fully and complete the story that we were trying to tell.
So did that experience inspire you to go from, being a rapper to a producer?
Definitely. I felt as if I was better behind the board than I was behind the microphone.
Okay.
Not that I was shitty.
Okay.
I can still spit bars. I just don't.
So how would you describe your producing style?
That's a good question. Because now I listen to everything from 80s classic rock to jazz to 80s, 90s hip hop to the newest hip hop and stuff that is not even out yet. So, some of my producers, I do love David Bowie. He's like an 80s producer. You have to love Timbaland, and he has his own style. I'm a big reverb guy, so I do love Travis Scott, the way he produces his stuff. Hell, the way, and the guy's name, the guy that did Sade, big guy. So those are some of the guys and aspects and the people that I aspire to be.
Okay. So when you're working with any type of artist, like if you was gonna make like a beat for them, like what's the process for that?
I don't make beats, but if they did bring in a beat, I would just have their story ready to tell, and so I can hear it. And if the story is there, the words, the lyrics are there, then I can see the story, and it should be self-explanatory.
Okay. So would you say a producer knows song structure?
Supposed to, yes. You're supposed to know your bars and some notes and keys and stuff in order to it's not necessary, but let's say it helps.
Okay. Now, do you think it's a difference between being a producer and being a beat maker?
No, because you're still producing. You're still making a story.
Okay. Because you know how,
Some producers are it's producer just producing tracks, but those guys are also composers. Would you say that between composers and producers?
yeah, well, in a way, yeah.
Still composing music, so I guess there's different levels and variations of music and genres, and we say.
So what goes into, producing, and, mixing and mastering? What goes into that whole process?
Creativity. I would say lots and lots of creativity. You have to be different and not be scared of what somebody else may think that you're doing, because never be scared to try anything, because if it doesn't work with the digital age, you can always take it off if it doesn't sound right. Don't be scared to try different things.
Okay. So would you say that anytime when the artists come in to record, when they do their part, their vocals and everything, that after they leave or before they leave, a producer job still goes on. Mixing that song and making that song sound right. Would you agree with that?
Yes, and any producer would tell you that a song is never complete. It's like owning a house or something. You can always add or take away or give something to a song. Even like, the big producers, they'll say the same thing. Like they will hear a song that they have mastered on the radio, and they're like, "Dang, I still think I added too much highs right there," or I think the vocals could have been a little bit lower, like right there. So you're always supposed to critique yourself and never be satisfied with anything. So you can always have room for progression.
Okay. So would you say that you like to make perfection, for whatever you're working on?
I strive for it, but I don't believe in the word perfect.
Okay. You just want the sound, 100% complete.
To be as 10/10 as possible, because the artist's name is on it as well as mine. So if it's a Black Paradise thing, then I strive to, if the time is allowed. I don't want to have somebody pay $20 for an hour and they want me to spend 4 hours mixing. That it doesn't really work that way. That's like buying a bag of weed from me and then me smoking it with it. That's kind of defeats the purpose.
Okay. So how did you get into engineering?
Same thing. I used to be, goes back to being a rapper, then going to other studios, and they weren't doing exactly what we wanted to for our story to be told to complete the song.
Okay. So is engineering any way close to producing, or is it two separate things?
I think engineering is a little bit different, because engineering is more mathematics, I would say, for vocal wise, and for waves and getting the audio aspect of it instead of just telling the story. But you can do it with engineering, but I think it's really different, because then you're talking about compressions and limiters and things like that, because your engineer gets it to a good point, and then your producer gets it to that finishing polish, I would say, to get that story in there, like those ad-libs there, or that sound effect there, or that break in the beat, that where it's like, well, that ad-lib is like super hard, where if you wanted it to say or that, you want that in there. That's what that producer is, almost like a director, should we say. The director tells you how the movie goes, and the writer is the one that writes the script, but the director is the one that brings that story to life, to make it, to simplify it.
Okay. Now, which one do you enjoy more doing, producing or engineering?
I love producing more. Engineering is great, but I think producing is better. If I could just sit there and mix, I could do that all day. Because engineering is great. I do love engineering because I get to play with, I get to mash buttons and get my compressors right. But you do have a lot of hard artists to record. Some are like phenomenal. Some are a little harder than others. But after the final product, just producing and making that track, the story or a book, then I would prefer that.
Okay. So, when did you decide to start Black Paradise Studio?
I started Black Paradise in 2007. 2007, I started Black Paradise, and I cannot tell you how I came up with the name. It was something given to me by God. I love it. I appreciate it, and it has made a long journey.
Okay. So what inspired you to start, to want to, start your own studio?
Same. It still kind of goes back to the same thing. Being in the studio, I do love the environment, and I can probably speak for most artists that being in the studio and the environment itself is empowering. Like, it gives you like this great aura of sense of purpose and the feeling of accomplishment. You're accomplishing something. You're obtaining something that nobody else is doing. Like, you belong to the universe, and you're letting out emotions and stress and everything that's built up. When you walk into the studio, it's like everything just like, let's go. Let it all go, either between the writing or behind the microphone. You could be screaming or yelling or whatever, or even behind the board, you're letting it all out, let it go. And for maybe a glimpse of a second, you feel free. So that's kind of why I kind of thought of Black Paradise too. It's kind of like a freedom for you're kind of in paradise when you're in the studio, if it makes sense.
So exactly how do you run Black Paradise Studio?
I wish I could do more. I actually wish I could do more, but with the real job, I can only do so much, so it pays for itself. Pretty much, you call me or text me or write me, hey, I heard about the studio, I'd like to book a session. Okay, I'll always just reply back, well, how long do you want, or and what time? And knowing what time and how long you want is very critical, so we know how to book you and how many hours, so we know how the session before you or after you comes in, because we can't have sessions on top of one another. And I've done that before plenty of times. A long time ago, it was a mess. But now, being more of a organized structure, time, how long, and then we confirm it for the date, time, and structure. And if anything happens beforehand or during, if you can't make it, it's always good to call. Or if you're going to be late, it's good to call. Or if I can't, it's good to call you and let you know, hey, something popped up, let's reschedule. Rescheduling is not a problem. We communicate. That's one of the biggest things with running a studio is communication and organization. I always keep everybody's folder organized. I don't lose files, because everything is organized within a folder. Hey. Is it a purple Mustang outside? Is it a Batman flag? Is it like it's a new house? It should be Northeast 7th Avenue. And what else? Was there a question?
Yeah.
At the same time. See, this is another thing. Multitasking. Got to learn how to multitask.
Do you have any artists signed to Black Paradise?
No, but I do have an artist. Her name is Jancy Brown, Jan B, and she's a phenomenal singer. And we just started her rapping, and she has bars, like bars. In the future, P and I will consider signing an artist when the coins, because we don't want to push anything without the money to get there, and it does take money to push artists and time to try to put into tours.
Okay. So would you see yourself possibly one day getting more into the, CEO role, like, having Black Paradise as a, label wise?
Possibly. If it was me, I would take Black Paradise and make it a corporate thing. That way, everybody could have a studio. Like, it would be a franchise. It'd be a Black Paradise studio, bloop, dropped in the middle of the hood, boom. A Black Paradise studio, bloop, popped in the middle of a lock store. Or in Miami, Black Paradise studio. That way, it's a franchise. Everybody can have a Black Paradise studio. Excuse me.
Okay. Be right back in a minute.
All right. As a CEO, yeah, that would work too. But yeah, I'm a CEO now.
Okay. So, who is Jason the Man?
Shit, Jason the Man is I'm Batman, I guess. Yeah. as the man, I don't know. That is a tricky question. I look in the mirror and say the same thing.
Okay. So, what advice would your older self give your younger self?
Stay in school. Stay in school. Pretty much stay in school. And shit, don't do drugs. Don't sell drugs. Stay away from women. And shit, continue to strive. There's a lot more I could have did, but at the same time, I have no regrets and I wouldn't change anything.
Okay. So is there any special lady in your life right now?
Yeah. Yeah, this is her behind me right here. This is that bitch right here. This is that bottom bitch in charge. This is everything right now. That's that bitch. There is no significant other than music. That is it.
So do you see yourself one day being with that significant other?
If she's into music as I am, or if we can cohabitate like a king and a queen is supposed to.
So she would have to be compatible to you.
I can compromise. I can be compatible to her. But I know, like, one day this might not be a forever thing, and hopefully to me it will be, but she might also have to understand that this is what I do, and you can't change me after you met me. You made me doing this, so you can't change it now.
Okay. So since we in your studio, could we hear any of your something that you worked on, or any like sounds,
No. No, I'm not going to share anything.
Okay. So do you have any last words?
No, because I'm not dying, so they're not last words. But if you come to the studio, just be respectful, or any studio. Be respectful to the studio, to the engineer, to the people around you and your surroundings. And this stuff is expensive. You got your trash, take your trash and shit with you. Treat it as if it was at your grandma's house. If you want to do that at your grandma's house or your mama's house or your daddy's house or whoever, such as it may be, shit, don't do it here or there or wherever it is.
Okay. So do you have any advice for any upcoming producers?
Yeah. Trust yourself. Shit, don't be scared. Don't be scared to try anything. I tell everybody, like, I can teach you how to be an engineer, but I can't teach you creativity. So be as free and as unstructured and just do whatever you want. There's a saying that most engineers say, sugar-coated shit is still shit. So if the artist sounds bad, there's no way to fix it. It's still going to sound like shit. Try as you may, it's still going to sound like shit. Auto-tune isn't going to fix everything, even though you may try. And try anyway. Fuck it. Don't be scared to try. And if it doesn't sound good, take it off, do it again.
Okay. Well, Jason, thanks for your time. On to the next one.
All right.